Like, who falls asleep when there's a drill in their mouth? Me. Hello my darlings, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming a super quick 10 facts about me tag. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe and give it a like. And the reason I'm doing this video today is because I've seen it done by a couple of other girls. I've seen it on Jade's channel. Her channel is called Jade Kimberly, and also Leonie did it, and her YouTube channel is called Leonie J. And I really enjoyed watching both of theirs. They're both lovely girls, so definitely check out their channels. I'll leave their links below. So yeah, I'm just gonna get straight into it. I'm going to start off with a super quick intro. So my first fact is that my name is Bhavi and I am 28 years old. I live in London and I have just started filming YouTube videos. So I've recently filmed a vlog and also some videos about my wedding. So I would definitely go and check those out if you like this one. I realised when I uploaded videos, I kind of went straight in with the wedding content and I never took the time to like really introduce myself. So yeah. That is me. Fact number 2 is that I am actually changing my name very soon. So at the moment my name is Bhavi Patel, but because I got married my name is now going to be changing to Bhavi Byrne, and that is why I've used it as my YouTube name and also on all my other Instagram and Twitter and things like that. I actually wasn't so keen on changing my name. I feel like my name is my identity, and because it's the name Patel, I just feel like as soon as you tell someone that's your name, they kind of understand where you're from and your background, and I really like my name, so I'm really sad to be changing it. But Tony was really keen on me changing my name. He's quite traditional like that, and he also wanted us to all have the same name if we had kids. We spent a lot of time discussing it and we did have a bit of negotiation. He wasn't so keen on wearing a ring, so I was like, if you wear a ring, I will change my name. It's fine, the name's kind of grown on me. At first I wasn't keen on the alliteration. Someone told me that it sounds like the name of a professional wrestler, and then someone else told me it sounds like a really cool, glamorous name. I think she was probably just trying to make me feel better because it does kind of sound like a professional wrestler. The reason that I'm waiting to change my name is because we've got a few holidays booked, and I also just paid for a new passport, so I'm going to wait until those holidays are done and I've got a bit more use out of my passport, and then I'll go ahead and start changing my name. Fact number 3 is that I can fall asleep anywhere, like literally anywhere. As long as I am warm, I don't even need to be lying down, my eyes will shut and I'll be fast asleep. Like literally every time we go to the cinema, it's a struggle for me to keep my eyes open. If I watch a movie with Tony in the evening, I will be fast asleep. I've even fallen asleep while getting my fillings done at the dentist. Like, who falls asleep when there's a drill in their mouth? Me. Fact number 4 is that I am a soppy drunk. I will become that person who's like, oh my god, I love you so much. Oh my god, you're my best friend. What was life before I met you? And like sometimes I feel myself doing it and I have to hold myself back because I'm just like so soppy. And then in the morning I'll wake up and I've got all these drunk texts which I've sent to my friends just saying how much I love them. And I'm not the only one who does this. I have a cousin who gets super soppy drunk as well, and also I know a few of my friends do it too. I'm not going to name and shame you, but I'm not the only one. This leads on nicely to fact number 5, and that is that I always lose my phone. And I don't have to be drunk to lose my phone. I've done it drunk, I've done it sober, but I must have gone through like 10 phones in the past 5 years. Tony has definitely had to replace 3 of them, and luckily like he always lets me take his old ones, but recently I've gone and bought a nice new one, and I actually waited to open it for ages because I was so scared of losing it. Most recently I went to visit my friend in Birmingham and I got on the train home and realised I hadn't got my phone, had this whole kerfuffle, had to go and find a random person and ask them if I could log into Facebook on their phone to message Tony to call my friend to come and meet me at the station so we could check her car to see if my phone was in there. It wasn't in there. I also once dropped my phone as I was getting out my car. This was another time. I was going to the post office, and as I got out the car I dropped my phone, and as soon as I walked away someone came and grabbed it and ran off. But yeah, I am terrible with phones. Once I remember I dropped my phone and a bus just ran straight over it. So this is why I don't have nice phones. Number 6 is that I have recently tried out a new beauty trend. Well, it's not that new, but recently I tried out Botox. And this was actually for my wedding. And the reason I decided to get Botox is because I have really bad frown lines. So when I wear makeup, which I do quite regularly, if I put foundation on my forehead, after a day of like laughing and raising my eyebrows and making expressions, I'll have these deep makeup lines on my forehead, and it really annoys me and it makes me feel like I look quite old. So I decided before my wedding I'm gonna try out Botox. I actually got 2 rounds of it, so it lasted all in all maybe about 6 months, but it's all kind of worn off now, as you can see. I still feel like my frown looks a little bit weird, and it took ages for it to get back to normal. While I had the Botox, I literally couldn't lift my eyebrows or frown. Even if I tried to, I couldn't. And because of that, my forehead just looked really smooth all the time. And I definitely think it made me look a bit younger. She also tried to raise one of my eyebrows slightly because my face is slightly dropped on one side. I really liked the results. I was really happy with them. The only reason I didn't carry on doing it is because it's very expensive. I think it's around £200 a pop, and you need to be topping it up every 3 months, which was not a habit which I was prepared to get into, and I really don't care that much. So yeah, that was my experience with Botox. Number 7 is that I recently trained to do eyelash extensions. So when I was younger, I always wanted to be a beautician, but my parents were like, no, you have to go to uni. So I went to uni, and then when I left, I again wanted to do beauty, but my parents were like, no, you need to go and get a job. But I still had that itch to go and do something in the beauty field. So last year, really randomly, I booked to go onto an eyelash course. And it was the type of thing where literally I was sitting at my desk one day and I was like, I want to do eyelash extensions. And then I just went and booked a course that afternoon for like the next day. I did it with Eyelash Emporium, and I think the course cost about 350 quid or maybe 300 quid. I can't quite remember. I'm not going to lie. At first I was like, what have I got myself into? This is so difficult because doing eyelash extensions is so intricate. I think once you've got the hang of that technique of isolating and putting the lash on, it's like riding a bike, like you won't forget it, but it's just getting the hang of it at first is so tricky, especially once you start trying it on like real people, not just the dummy head. So I went and did the course, and then I had to do 10 case studies to pass my test and get the certificate. So I just put an ad on Gumtree, and I had loads of girls come around and I'd just do their eyelashes for them for free just so I could get the practice. We'd actually moved house as well, so we now have a spare room, so I could kind of use this as my little lash room. So now and again I'll do like friends and family. I don't do it that often because I have like a full-time job as well, and now I do YouTube. I just think it's a nice skill to have, so like if ever there was a time where I lose my job or we need a bit of extra money, I can just pick it up again and do that. So yeah, I really enjoy it and I'm super glad that I did it. Fact number 8 is that I used to be a massive tomboy when I was younger. I have an older brother who is like 14 months older than me. Most of my cousins are boys as well. I just have one cousin who's a girl. So I grew up mostly around boys. And I guess like when you're a younger sister, you always kind of want to be a bit like your older brother. So I used to kind of wear all his hand-me-downs, and we used to watch like WWF wrestling and football and all that stuff. And then as I got older, I've become like a super girly girl. Still wouldn't say I'm particularly feminine, but I do love makeup. I love Prosecco. I love a bottomless brunch. I love going out with the girls. I make it sound so lame being a girl. I think I'm a bit of a feminist as well. I strongly believe that like a girl should be whoever she wants to be and do whatever she wants to do. But yeah, I guess like when I was younger, I really wanted to be one of the boys. But now that I've grown up, I'm super comfortable being a girl and embracing all things girly. Although I still love a Marvel movie as much as I love a rom-com. Fact number 9 is that I love food. Like, and I'm not talking about like, I like chocolate, it's my favourite food. Food is hands down my biggest passion. I'm the kind of person that wakes up and I'm thinking about what am I having for breakfast? What am I having for lunch? What am I having for dinner? When someone walks into the office, I'm like, oh, what have you brought for lunch? If someone comes back from the canteen, I'm like, oh, what did you pick up for lunch today? When I'm out, I'm Instagramming my food just so that in a month's time I can sit back and look at the picture and be like, damn, that was a good meal. I really enjoy cooking. I really enjoy watching cooking shows. I come from like a real foodie family. My brother, my cousins, my mum, they're all like really good cooks. They have made me a bit of a food snob, but there's certain things now that I definitely wouldn't touch compared to when I was younger. If we go out to eat, I have to TripAdvisor the restaurant before, I have to check the menu, I have to know what I'm going to order. The worst thing is paying for a meal and it not being good. If someone was like to me, what is your favourite cuisine? I would not be able to answer because I love all types of food. So yeah, I think you get the idea. I'm just a little fatty who loves to eat. Fact number 10 is that I love anything to do with true crime. I love a true crime podcast. Right now I'm really into the Crime Junkie podcast and also My Favourite Murder. I also really enjoyed the Serial podcast that came out a good few years ago now actually. and I love true crime documentaries. There's like a whole new wave of true crime documentaries coming up on Netflix now, which I am here for. We watched, which are ones we watched actually? We watched one called Evil Genius, we've watched the Amanda Knox one, I think there's the Madeleine McCann one out now, which I really want to see. I love it. I don't know why, because I'm a total scaredy cat. You would not pay me to go and watch a scary movie, but if someone's telling me a story about these mass murderers back in the 70s, I will be all over that. I'll be Googling the story afterwards. I'll be trying to find pictures of everyone and looking through all the evidence. I met a girl a few weeks ago on a night out, and she's like a friend of a friend, and she is actually a barrister, and her job is to defend criminals, and I spent like 2 hours quizzing her about her job. I just actually read a book before I met her called The Anatomy of Scandal, and that book is the story of a barrister who's prosecuting this minister, and she's prosecuting him for rape, but he'd actually raped her in the past. And that book talks so much about like the British law system and things like that, and I was so interested in like what barristers do and like the type of people they meet. And I was asking her like all about her feelings during a trial, and if she ever feels guilty about defending people who she thinks might be deserving to be put in prison, and it was so interesting. Her answer to that was that if they are guilty and if they've done the crime, even though she's defending them, the jury still should make the right decision and put them away. I just find it so interesting. It's not just the murders, it's like everything around it, you know? So yeah, on a lighter note, those are my 10 facts about me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm actually going to tag my friend Lily to do this video as well. She's got an amazing YouTube channel and her name is Lily May. So if you haven't done it, Lily, please do it. If you enjoyed this video, again, please don't forget to subscribe and like. I will be posting videos every Wednesday and Sunday now. That is my schedule, and I'm gonna stick to it because I've said it out loud, so I have to. So yeah, I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.